Okay, let's take a look at the absolute value, the derivative of the absolute value of x. So remember, the absolute value of x is just the square root of x squared. That's what it is. So I can rewrite d dx, absolute value of x, as d dx square root of x squared. And then we can plug that into the difference quotient, because this is the derivative. This is the definition of the derivative. So what I need to do is see if I can simplify this, and that will be the formula that we use for the derivative. Remember how we deal with a difference quotient like this where we have radicals. We multiply by the conjugate. I multiply by the square root of x plus delta x squared plus the square root of x squared. And I do that to the top and the bottom. Now the reason I do that is because when you multiply, if you have a minus b times a plus b, a minus b times a plus b, you're going to get a squared minus b squared. And that's exactly what I have here. My a is this thing, b is this, right? So what that's going to do is get rid of the radicals. So here's what we have. Now I do that to the top and the bottom. Notice I can do that because I'm really just multiplying by 1. And I get this. Okay? Now I'm going to multiply out the top. Okay? This right here is the top, the binomial there. And notice the x squareds are going to cancel. And then I'm just left with 2x delta x plus delta x squared. And I factor out a delta x, which this delta x and this delta x cancel. And I'm left with this. Well, now notice, and I went ahead and took the limit. I let delta x go to 0. That's where this delta x went. I let it go to 0. And now, the square root of x squared is just the absolute value of x, so I can rewrite it this way. There are 2 of them on the bottom, which cancels with this 2 up top. And there's my derivative right there. This is the derivative of the absolute value of x. Now, notice that this is always going to be either 1 or negative 1, depending on if x is bigger than 0 or less than 0. Now, notice it doesn't matter if I invert it this way. In other words, this and this are always going to have the same value. You're going to have, in this case, a positive up top and either positive or negative on the bottom. Over here on this one, you'll always have a positive on the bottom and either positive or negative up top. But anyway, these two are the same. They're both the derivative of the absolute value of x.